In a limited series, our next guest plays a suspected killer. The series Blackbird is based on true events and features an all-star cast, including the late Ray Liotta. Take a look.
He didn't fold the clothes, did he?
No.
No. Because he didn't break the zipper, and he didn't feel bad about it, and that's why I folded the clothes.
Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Award winner Paul Walter Hauser is joining us about his skyrocketing career. So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Paul. Thank you. So good to be here. Thank you for playing that clip of Larry right next to showing me as a human being. I feel like that's very, very helpful for folks at home who might be afraid to talk to me or approach me in an airport or something.
Absolutely.
I'm not a serial killer.
Yes, that character you play is terrifying. For audiences maybe who haven't checked out the show yet, Paul, can you fill us in a little bit about what the story of Blackbird is?
Yeah, so for those that haven't watched the trailer or read about it or seen it, Blackbird is about a young man who goes to prison for 10 years, and he is offered a sort of cutoff where, hey, you can have your sentence reduced to a year and a half from 10 years if you go into a maximum security prison and befriend a serial killer and try to get a forced confession out of him to keep him behind bars. So that's kind of the gist of it. It's like the undercover of the movie The Departed, with the setting of Shawshank Redemption in a prison, with the serial killer element like Silence of the Lambs. So it is an adult drama that is pretty gritty, and I'm really proud of it. I really think it's some of the best work of a lot of the folks involved.
Yeah, including yourself. You knocked it out of the park. Very good performance. Were you familiar at all with this particular story before being cast in the series?
I really wasn't. You know, Larry Hall, he wasn't one of the really famous serial killers you hear about all the time, like Bundy or Gacy or whoever. He really is one of the worst serial killer figures of all time, but hadn't been really discussed or spoken of. And I think we shine a light on him and the idea of toxic masculinity and the idea of where you come from can affect who you become. And for Larry, at the risk of sounding sympathetic, Larry did have a very troubled youth.
Yeah, absolutely. What's something you want viewers to come away with after they're watching Blackbird?
Don't trust dudes in vans.
Yeah,
that's good advice.
No, that's me trying to insert levity. It's such a dark story. But I hope people come away with the idea that the justice system can work in our favor, and it takes a little bit of bravery and creativity sometimes to take down a monster.
Yeah.
And in this case, it worked. And I look at this as a victory lap for justice and acknowledging that these families, while they didn't get the closure they deserved, there's still some closure there. Kind of like these other films and TV shows I've done, like Richard Jewell, I, Tonya. It's getting to kind of close the book on some things that were previously opened.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
Paul, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us. We appreciate that so much. The show, phenomenal. You should check it out. I believe it's a limited series. It's only 6 episodes, so it's definitely worth checking out. It's over there on Apple TV Plus right now. You can go stream the whole thing. See Paul Walter Hauser and his award-winning performance.